about 4:20 a.m. in the morning in Westerly, Rhode Island, and starting a 3.5-hour drive to the Catskill Mountains in New York for the first mountain run of the year. Gonna run kind of the northern Windham Blackhead area, which is kind of the northern extent of the Catskills, and make a good loop there. Alright, arrived in the Catskills in New York, I think. Greene County, near Windham, East Jewett area, the northern Catskills. Yeah, so this is the starting point. Guess it's not really a trailhead. It says snowplow turnaround. No parking, but I'm guessing that's a winter only thing. There's some other people here. Right, so plan is run about 3.5 miles on the road out that way. And that will make this a loop. And then hook up, I think, with the Elm Ridge Trail. It's called, just a quick connector to the Escarpment Trail. So go over Windham High Peak, up to Blackhead, and then the Escarpment Trail will continue left, I believe, going south, and then take a right on the, not sure what the trail is, but this Blackhead Range, and then, which will come back this way. So Catskill High Peaks are the peaks over 3,500 feet in the Catskills. There's 2 over 4,000, and I believe there's 33 of the over 3,500 total. Some mosquitoes here. I got 3 of them last year. That was 2 videos ago, which I haven't made a video in quite a while, as I didn't really do a lot of hiking after the White Mountains last year. Did mostly mountain running, and it's just really tricky to bring all the camera with that. I believe this will be small enough that I can bring it and film today, but and hopefully in future mountain runs, but you know, we'll see how this goes. I'm sure the footage will be shakier because I don't have the gimbal, since I can't really fit that in my running pack. Right, so I got those 3 Catskill High Peaks last year on the Devil's Path, Sugarloaf, Twin, and Indian Head, I believe it's called. And then today will be 4 more. Windham High Peak on the Escarpment Trail, and then Blackhead on the Escarpment, Black Dome, and Thomas Cole. So yeah, gonna go easy, get my pack on, running shoes, and then kind of use that 3.5 mile run on the road as a warm-up, jog over to the actual trail start and get going. I'm at the Elm Ridge Trailhead. This, I presume, is called done with the road portion. About 3.8 miles in 26 minutes, so definitely a bit quicker than I thought. Good little short climb back up to this trailhead. So Elm Ridge Trail, 0.8 miles, and then you take Escarpment Trail, which looks like blue, Elm Ridge is yellow. Take Escarpment to Windham High Peak, which the sign back there showed 3.3 miles. Alright, some people arriving, so gonna get going. Looks like gentle climbing on Elm Ridge, and then Escarpment should be pretty tough. It's like we are in Windham, New York right now. Yeah. Crossing to Cairo and Durham over there. Alright, I think I'm at the top of Windham High Peak, first mountain and high peak of the day. Watch is 3491 elevation, and since all are 3,500 over, either it's a little off or I'm just off the summit, but it doesn't look like there's a doesn't look like it continues to go up. Yeah, nice little view there. Not sure what those mountains are. Yeah, pretty strenuous climb. Not too bad. I ran 95% of it. There's one part that was just steep and my legs were kind of struggling, so I walked that little bit. But yeah, good to get that done with. Definitely warm up here. High Windham, New York today is 87, so I'm guessing it's probably low 70s right now because it's still 9 a.m., but it's definitely going to rise sharply and be much warmer when I finish, so hopefully I can be done before it hits the 80s. All right, today is Sunday, June 6, 2021. I forgot to mention that. Oh man, that breeze feels nice. It's kind of like swarming with bugs up here. They're not biting, but even though you're still 3,500 feet up, I guess, you know, it's far enough south where there isn't really any alpine terrain to get rid of these bugs for you or make it cooler. Yeah, trail kind of alternated between gradual, very runnable sections and super technical steep sections. I would not want to run that downhill. So on to small mountains. Actually, that is probably the Blackhead range, which I will hit later. So heading along that ridge to there. To some smaller mountains, probably a short steep descent up to now probably a longer descent actually, since the next high peak is way over there and gotta go hit the smaller peaks, and then some kind of short steep stuff. Heard the climb up to Blackhead is really hard because they do that in the escarpment trail run. I'm at 6.8 miles in 1 hour and 2 minutes, probably about another 10 minutes elapsed time. So making good progress. Still got a ways to go, but shouldn't be too long before the top of Blackhead, which I believe is that bigger one on the left. This might be like Acra Point. There's like a little mountain before Blackhead that's not high enough. I'm about 2,900 feet right now. Yeah, about a 600 foot drop from Windham High Peak, which I'm thinking is that over there. And that was kind of steep. Not comfortable, but nice to get a little break from the climbing, which this last little bit, like, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty done with climbing already, and I'm about halfway done with climbing, so I'm guessing that this last part is gonna hurt. Yeah, the descent actually not as technical, more runnable, but steeper than the approach. Got Blackhead, Black Dome, Thomas Cole Mountain, I'm guessing are those over there. You probably can't see Blackhead. I'm about 8 miles in. I don't feel great, but I don't feel bad either. Almost halfway, so got about, yeah, pretty much halfway, but that's mileage wise. Halfway climbing too, so it's not like I haven't done any hard running yet. Basically, steep climb up Blackhead, which I'll most likely walk, and then steep descent off that, up, get off the escarpment trail there, and then up Black Dome, probably steep descent, and then up Thomas Cole, and I'm kind of in that last little stretch there. But, you know, that is 8 to 9 miles to go from here, so breeze is really nice. I was definitely feeling pretty warm back there. I do feel like in 4 or 5 miles I'm gonna run out of water. Definitely kind of dehydrated, but I do want to ration a little bit so I don't run out. There isn't anywhere to fill up. Yeah, absolutely no alpine terrain here. I wasn't expecting. It's not as high as the Whites, it's not as high as the Adirondacks, it's not as far north, you know, there's no open summits, but I did think there'd be some kind of pine trees towards the higher elevations, and really haven't got much of that at all. And I know there must be some of that in the Catskills, because last year in the Catskills hike, there was some of that, and that was definitely more fun to be in than this kind of deciduous growth. This feels very similar to New York, Massachusetts, Taconic Mountains. You know, decent views. You are high up, you do have some technical stuff and climbs, but not a lot in the way of pine trees, and the views just aren't quite as glorious. I got to an intersection like quarter mile ago. It showed Blackhead Mountain still 3.5. So many bugs here. And Acre Point is in like, it was 0.7 and that was probably like 0.2 ago, so about half a mile. I'm starting to feel pretty terrible. It's hot, it's probably only 70s, but just kind of running up these grades. That last one I walked a lot. Yeah, really not feeling it now. Probably drank half my water. The good news is once I get this 3-mile stretch up the Blackhead, I'm pretty much done with climbing. Just 2 little short, steep punches to go. I'm probably gonna sit here for like 5 minutes, so I'm feeling pretty beat. This area's a little cooler. It's kind of ledge here. The Blackhead range right there. Finally got some pine trees, so I'm thinking it does look like there's pines on the top of those, so I'm thinking the terrain will be a little more interesting and fun going forward. Alright, like, I don't know, 2/3 up the way Blackhead. This is really steep, really hard. Walking 90% of this. Probably almost at the top. My watch shows like 3,700 feet. I can't imagine it's too much more than that, and I know this isn't one of the 4,000 footers. Bright side is almost done. Almost done with the hard stuff. Once summit Blackhead, because then you hop over to Black Dome and Thomas Cole, and those should hopefully just be short climbs, short descents, and then we'll run to the parking lot. Like, I'm at about 12.38 miles. At about 10.5 miles, I sprained my ankle really bad. I just kind of laid down the trail for like a minute, yelling a bit because it hurt very badly. I thought I tore something or a horrible sprain or broke something, and I was just really upset. I thought that was it. I was gonna have to take months off. But walked on it after, and it's definitely not as bad as originally thought. I have been running all the like very runnable stuff, non-uphill for the most part since then. Anytime step doctor, really sharp pain, so definitely gonna have to do something about that. Maybe an ankle brace, taking some time off from trail running after, but I think I will be okay. It's unfortunate. Rolled my ankle about a week and a half ago on a Mount Tom trail, FKT in Rhode Island, and like that wasn't that bad. It was just kind of stiff. Felt very unstable for a few days, but after that, kind of got better. I thought it was good enough to do this. Clearly not, and I think if I had not rolled it a week and a half ago, I think that sprain would have been nothing. But this is definitely going to be one of the rougher sprains I've had, and it probably won't be back to normal for a month or so. I do think, if I ran down this now, I think one wrong step and take a long time off, but hopefully I can run gingerly and carefully enough on it that get through the run okay, and then just kind of nurse it back to health over the next week and stay off the technical trails for, I don't know, at least the weekday. Not sure after that, but yeah, gonna get this climb done. It's pretty killer.
This is definitely the best view of the day. I probably was just going to try to run this whole descent and then not stop, but this is way better than any view that I've gone by. I was trying to figure out what mountain that was. I'm like, wow, oh, is that Windham High Peak back there? But that is not 5 miles away. That is about a mile away. And so unfortunately that means that's Black Dome, and that climb looks absolutely killer. So I think it's probably going to be a struggle to the last high peak, Black Dome, Thomas Cole Mountain. But hopefully I'm pretty much done after that. Yeah, some cool pine forest stuff. I'm almost out of water, so that's sad. Definitely I wanna get to the last peak before I finish the last of my water. Otherwise, I think like I need to save just a little bit of water for climbing. I think this was probably, I think 10 degrees cooler I would have been fine, but you know, mid 70s now is definitely tough. I do feel like I'm running kind of strangely with my left foot, maybe limping a bit, just to save my ankle. It's unfortunate. Looks like there's some cool ledges there, so maybe there's some better views, but continue on. Cool pine path up here at, my watch says 3,900 feet. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't think any of the mountains were supposed to be that high. Black Dome was like half mile ago. Super rough climb. Walked all of it. Walked all this. I've been walking this even though it's totally runnable. Should have about 3 miles left, give or take half a mile. Certainly hope it's less. Yeah, heat's gotten to me. I'm hurting big time. Injured ankle. Definitely rough. Definitely do not want to do the last 3, but should be pretty much all descent, which is also kind of a bad thing because my ankle sucks, but you know, that'll keep the momentum going. I have maybe like 2 fluid ounces of water left, so once I'm sure I don't have any climb left, I'll probably have that. I really like to just kind of lay down for 10 minutes, but it's just so hot up here that it's not really going to help me. Yeah, struggle. Not a great finish to this one. Just really hoping to wrap it up and be done. I just finished up like 17 miles with 4,200 feet elevation gain. Yeah, that was miserable. Heat got to me so bad. Probably for like a long mountain run like that, or I think that was 5 hours, yeah. It was just about 5 hours, just under. For a long mountain run like that, that was probably the kind of deepest I've been in the pain cave, and the worst I've overheated without water. I was able to run the last 2 miles. It got pretty rocky at the end, which was not good. My ankle got better and better, so I think it'll be salvageable. I might need to look into getting like a brace or something, because you know, the more times I sprain it, the worse it's going to be if I sprain it again. So for Catskill High Peaks, Windham, Blackhead, Black Dome, and Thomas Cole. Thomas Cole must have very low prominence because there's not much going up to that. Overall, I thought both the Escarpment Trail and the Blackhead Range Trail, I'm guessing it's called, both had very difficult parts that is going to be slow for anyone. Just scrambly, steep, super technical, and then parts where you can open up and run really fast. Yeah, overall, the view from Blackhead, I would say, was towards Black Dome, was pretty good. That was like an 8 out of 10 view. I would say it was better than any view. It's probably about the same as the view in last year's. I think last year's hike, you can check that out on my channel. I think it's 2 videos ago.
It was a better view overall. I'm running some road races and stuff, so won't be doing something like this again, and just got to be careful with the ankle. But late June/July, hope to be back at it. Just gonna wrap up this video there. Good to go to New York and get some mountains done, even if kind of damaged my ankle a bit and overheated horribly.